Again, good afternoon, everyone. This is Dan with Senior Ministry E-Bike Nation. And we're going to head back now. We've done 11 miles now, so I'm at the halfway point, so we're going to turn around. And I hope you guys enjoyed the ride so far today. We broke them up in segments, of course. So we're not showing the same thing all the time. But I'll be turning the camera around here in a second, so you guys can view and enjoy the trail. Yeah, we got a lot of activity on the trail today for sure. This weather's just gorgeous out here. Yeah, everything's pretty much greened up now on the trees and the shrubs and everything. I think spring is officially here. Haven't seen any e-bikes out yet today, but they're out there. I see them quite often, actually. As I mentioned, gotta get home, finish getting my beans put in today in my garden. Got rain coming the next 3 or 4 days, so gotta make sure I get that in. Have a slight breeze today, blowing maybe 8 to 10 mile an hour. I believe it looks like it's coming out of the southeast. Yeah, that'll be, once I get the Ovia bike in Tuesday, that'll be my 5th e-bike. I purchased 2 of them and was, manufacturer sent me 3 of them. Yeah, but all you manufacturers out there, I've got a, I got my email address down in the just in the about section of my channel, so if you guys want to get a hold of me and send me either some bikes to review or some merchandise you want me to review, like helmets or bike seats or whatever, as an accessory, I'll be able to review that for you on my channel. And as I mentioned, this bike channel is really to educate people, especially seniors or somebody a little younger than I am. I'm 71. But I want seniors to understand that you can get out and still have a lot of exercise by getting out and doing these things like on these e-bikes, because they really has been a game changer for people my age to get out and enjoy life without hurting yourself first and foremost. But certainly, even riding an e-bike, it's a learning curve, but it's not much. I mean, you never forget how to ride a bicycle if you rode one as a child. And an e-bike is no different. It's just that you're not pedaling very hard. You can, if you want to, you can turn that down to pedal assist 1 or 0 and pedal without. You know, it's all you pushing that bike. But with people with balance issues and things like that, I always recommend you see your doctor first before you start any kind of exercise regimen like this. Because certainly I'm not one person to tell somebody else what they should or shouldn't do when it comes to their exercise regimen. Yeah, I think the trail may even be closed up here come the 10th of May. I'm not sure. But as I mentioned, I'm seeing so many more of these e-bikes out with people my age and even younger that are riding these things. It's really taken biking to a new level for people. On your left. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing that deer standing right on the trail on the previous video I put out. I'll try to list that in the description box that I seen that, so you know what video it was that I seen the deer. Again, if you guys got any comments, put them down in the comment section of anything you've seen today. I'll be getting out doing some road riding here, do a video on that, and I'll be out also going do some urban downtown riding on the bike lanes. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be visiting some different trails as well. I'll just put the bikes on my truck and we'll go to different places. On your left. I like to get out and do some different adventures. On your left. Yeah, the bike is much quieter since I've had the repair work done. Like I said, that clicking sound completely disappeared once we tightened down the crank arms. They were becoming a little loose. Again, the bike's got almost 1,700 miles on it now, since last year, so some of these things are going to happen to a bike. It's just like a car. You have to keep up normal maintenance on these things. And I do carry some safety equipment with me as far as first aid stuff, bike tools, as far as fix a flat if I have to do an emergency bike repair on one of my tires. I can also blow it up until I can get home and fix that hole, whatever's breached that tire. This bike, I don't worry about it so much because I have those Tannus liners put inside the tires, and they're more like a Kevlar material. So the chance of getting a flat tire is pretty slim with Tannus liners. Now the other day, as I mentioned, I had a flat tire on my Zoda, but it happened right sitting in my garage, so I don't know if I picked up something on the trail or... But I did take the valve stem out of it after I released all the air. And when you're doing these repairs, especially if you're going to use like Flat Out or Slime, which is another product, they both pretty much do the same thing. I recommend that you put your bike upside down when you're repairing those tires, if you can, because if you try to, because you want the valve stem at the top of the tire when you put the Slime or Flat Out in. That way the product disperses evenly down to the bottom of the tire as you're squeezing that bottle into that valve stem. And if you have it on the ground, say for instance you got a back tire especially where you can't take it off the bike as easy, and you put the kickstand down and you put the bike down and you let all the air out of the tire, well, the bike is probably going to fall over, because once you let all the air out of that rear tire, the kickstand won't hold the bike. So as I mentioned, put something under your handlebars and anything that you don't want to get scratched or whatever when you turn the bike over. So that way you can put the valve stem at the top of the tire as it's upside down, and you can take the valve stem out. And most of the time, Flat Out and Slime come with a little device to take the valve stem out of the tire. So what you do is you put the recommended amount in. It's usually about a half a bottle for both tires, depending on the size of your tire. I got 20-inch tires I did it on. So you use about a half a bottle as the recommends on the bottle. And then you put your valve stem back in, of course, and then fill your tire back up to the required pressure that's on the side of the tires. That's, to me, is going to be the easiest way to do that. That's most bikers' worst fear when you're out like this, is getting a flat tire. Because if you're not prepared, it could be problems for you. And you don't have to push these bikes home. They're not light. Now, most of these bikes now have what they call walking mode, which means the bike will move at about 2 or 3 miles an hour if you use the throttle, to where you can get that bike to where you want it to go. And as far as safety, I see a lot of guys out there on these bikes, not even only e-bikes, but regular bikes, that don't wear helmets. To me, that's insane. That's just crazy. I have fallen twice on my bike and hit my head. And both times, I'm glad I had my helmet on. that I could have risked severe injuries. On your left. So anybody not to wear a helmet, it's just crazy. My helmet, this is called a NITO, X-N-I-T-O helmet, that a bike manufacturer, helmet manufacturer sent me to review. And it's a very comfortable helmet, but it's got flashing lights in the back on 2 different modes, and it's also got a strong headlight on the front of the helmet, so I'm very visible that way. Especially when I'm going to be out doing nighttime riding. The more visible you are, the better off you're going to be, obviously. I always recommend wearing bright clothing, like I've got orange on today. It matches my bike, obviously. I have the orange Siderusher Komoda. But you want to wear something reflective as well. As far as clothing goes, or your bike, you want to keep plenty of lights on it if you can. And you can purchase anything aftermarket to put on your bike. Amazon's just got endless amounts of merchandise you can put on a bike. A couple of my bikes look like the cockpits. I got so much stuff on the handlebars. On your left. So it's very important when you're out like this to be prepared. As I mentioned in previous videos, I call it situational awareness. Keep your head on a swivel at all times, especially if you're on the road riding. Now, these trail ridings, you don't have to be as observant as you do on the road. But if you guys got to ride on the road, you got to make sure you're really careful. Because you well know things can happen in an instant when you're riding a bike. Yeah, they're going to have this closed from the 10th to the 12th down through here too, so they're closing the entire trail off next Wednesday through Friday. I'm not sure what they're doing, but the whole length of the trail they're going to have closed. We'll get up to the blessing box up here and we'll stop this video and we'll do the last segment. Again, I try to keep these things about 15 to 20 minutes long max, and that's really too long most of the time. But I hope you guys enjoy these shorter segments of the videos. Several of these videos are done on one ride, but I put them up separately on YouTube. And I may point out a few things like the deer or the trail riding that I did. Things of that nature in the description box on the video. Blessing box is coming up right up here. Turn the camera around here so we can sign out. Again, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and put any comments down in the comment section that you would want to comment on, and share and like the videos, of course, and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys on the next video.